it's official. The New York Knicks have swept the Cleveland Cavaliers with a big 130-93 win yesterday. We also saw last night out there on the diamonds the Carolina Hurricanes take a 2-1 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is Madden on the line with your board check for Tuesday, May 26th, presented by Crosscheck Media on the Biz Talk Today TV network. Let's get into what we saw last night in the playoffs, and then we will move on to today's slate and everything that you need to know. Like I said, the New York Knicks will be advancing to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. They are the odds-on second favorite to take it, coming in at plus 210. You're still seeing the Thunder as the favorite at plus 110, followed by the San Antonio Spurs at plus 280. We're going to be talking that series in just a moment as they do meet for game number 5 tonight. Everything that you need to know, but the Knicks definitely will have the rest advantage, especially if this series goes to game number 7. Right now, we should see at least a game number 6. So we'll see if the Knicks in that finals rest versus rust will always be those question marks. They're coming in at plus 210 to take the NBA Finals. And I tell you, with how their playmakers are playing, it might be worth a look. Karl Anthony Towns in game number 4 put up a total of 19 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. Brunson had a low night even in the win, though, with only 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. Turning to the Eastern Conference Finals out there on the ice, the Hurricanes stole it in overtime in game number 3 in Montreal. Taylor Hall looked phenomenal out there, the veteran presence for them, and Chesnikov got the overtime winner. Frederik Andersen still went under his 20.5 save shots on goal that we recommended here on Madden on the line, and Yakudovich did clear his 28.5 save shots on goal with 36 saves on 39 shots. Frederik Andersen, 11 saves on 13 shots. Montreal needs to find a way in game number 4 to be able to hit Frederik Andersen with those high danger shots. The Carolina Hurricanes play a smothering defense. Montreal should be able to dig deep and pull it out for game number 4. We'll break that down as we go into tomorrow's board check. But looking at today's board check, let's firstly turn to the NBA. Out there in the NBA, game number 5, the San Antonio Spurs versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, the Spurs are a 4.5-point dog. You're getting them at plus 142 on the money line and a total of 217.5. Firstly, this total for me is just too high. Looking at the San Antonio Spurs and what they're able to do in game number 4, they have found a way to limit SGA out there. And Wemby, well, he's been going off. In game number 4, Wemby did record 33 points, 8 rebounds. Now, Wemby is shooting better from the field and from deep here in the playoffs than he did in the regular season, hitting 53.4% from the field, 37.1% from deep. Looking at the last game, the defense held the Thunder to 82 points. They put up 103 points themselves. Wemby in game 1 here in OKC was able to put up 41 points, followed by 21 in game number 2. Game number 3, 26, and game number 4, that 33. His point prop tonight at 26.5. I'm rolling solid to the over. I also like his ability to hit those threes. The over 1.5 made threes is too highly juiced, and I don't recommend it. But ulting his number up to over 2.5 made threes, 3+ made threes, coming in at great plus money at plus 215. Now, Wemby in that last game did have 22 shot attempts and 9 free throw attempts to add up to that 33 points. And I think he comes out solid again. Now look for De'Aaron Fox to not only dish out those points, but dish out those assists. I'm taking him for over his 14.5 points. He cleared prior to game 4 in his last 4 games. So that included games versus the T-Wolves. As we know, he's only been in the last 2 games of this series. He had 15 points and 7 rebounds, 6 assists in game number 3. 12 points, 10 rebounds in game number 4, recording that double-double. Now, who's going to dish out those dimes for the Spurs? Look at Castle to come in solid. Over 6.5 assists, 6 in game 4, but in game 1, 2, and 3, clearing the 6.5 with 11, 8, and 7. Look for the Spurs to continue to slow down SGA in this game and dig deep. Now, Jalen Williams still a question mark out here for the Thunder. And without him, I don't think they can find a way to get a win. We know Mitchell's out with a calf strain as well. One player I'm looking at to step up for the Thunder that I don't think his prop is overinflated is Alex Caruso for his rebounds and assists over 4.5. He went under in the last 2 games in San Antonio, but in game number 2 here at home, he was able to put up a combination of 8. Now, if the Thunder go down in tonight's game, they will stare down elimination for the first time in the playoffs this season. I do think they go down. We'll see how they respond in game number 6. I think they respond with a win. But in this one, San Antonio, the Spurs, this is a young, hungry team that believes in themselves. They're absolutely dangerous. Now, when we turn to the action out there on the ice, the Vegas Golden Knights are looking for the sweep. The Vegas Golden Knights have taken game 1, 2, and 3 over the Colorado Avalanche, the team that did take the President's Cup trophy. Only 4 teams in NHL history have come back from a 3-0 series deficit, and no team has been able to do it in the conference final rounds. Can the Colorado Avalanche make history and be the first team to be able to do so? Well, if you think so, taking them to come back and then to win the Stanley Cup is coming in at plus 1,600. Again, they were the odds-on favorite to take the cup. So plus 1,600, is it worth a sprinkle? Well, what we saw in the last game, there were plus 400 going in to take the cup. Quickly, the books adjusted that number to plus 160 when the Colorado Avalanche went up 3-0 in that game. Then we know Vegas answered back, 5 unanswered goals, getting the stranglehold here on the series, winning that last game. Mark Stone, so impactful here for the Vegas Golden Knights, 1 goal and 1 assist in the loss. Mitch Marner, 2 assists, and he's now leading the league with 21 points here in the playoffs. Jack Eichel has been on fire, getting those assists. 15 assists in 15 playoff games. Dorofeev has been netting those goals. On the other side here for Colorado, your biggest concern is goaltending. Scott Wedgwood has been struggling, allowing 4 goals on 22 shots. Question mark if he will be starting, or Mackenzie Blackwood has been rumored to. He's 1-0 in the playoffs with a 3.21 goals against average and an 872 save percentage. You also have question marks on Nathan MacKinnon. Well, he took a puck to the knee, blocking a shot from Shea Theodore in the last game. He did return to the ice, but he was definitely not looking himself. Nichushkin is also listed day-to-day. They got Cale Makar back in the last game, and I'm looking for him to come out solid. His anytime goal at plus 320, and then a long shot on Ross Colton at plus 430. I do think is worth a look. Without Nathan MacKinnon, it will be a hard game here for the Colorado Avalanche, but I do have hopes that he will return. Having Cale Makar in this lineup automatically improves the Avs in transition. Can the Avs dig deep? Well, I expect that hot start out of them again. I'm looking at a first period over 1.5 goals coming in at minus 128. I'm also looking at both teams to score in the first at plus 168. Now, we all know Carter Hart has been a stud between the pipes here for the Vegas Golden Knights. He has a safe shot on goal prop of 28.5. I'll gladly take that to the over. In the last game, we did see Colorado pepper him with 35 shots on goal. He's got a 2.30 goals against average, a 923 save percentage. And unlike the series between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Montreal Canadiens, both of these defenses and teams are playing wide open out there. While their defenses have been solid, there is more spacing out there through the neutral zone and into the zones by these playmakers. So look for this one to start off nice and hot. Look for a lockdown to come at some point. Carter Hart to stand tall. We're going to see what goaltending can do for Colorado if they can steal the win. I'm not sure if Colorado can do it, but I definitely don't want to step in front of Vegas tonight in this one. The value is just not there in the line. Until next time, enjoy all of your playoff action out there.